Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
The Senate impeachment trial of President Trump is set to begin today. What we're expecting just ahead.
Plus, the Bakersfield Police Department continues to try and put the brakes on street racing. We'll tell you how you can attend a forum tonight to make your voice heard.
And the woman accused of beating and drowning her hours-old grandson is due in court. How the jury trial is set to get underway.
And good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in to 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. on this Tuesday. I'm Mike Hart.
I'm Danielle Kernkamp. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Elena Ruska and see what's going on outside on this Tuesday morning, because it doesn't feel as chilly as it has the past couple of days. It kind of wasn't that shocking.
Yeah, thanks for the blanket.
You're welcome.
It felt nice.
Clouds acting like a blanket.
Yeah.
It's a silly analogy, but it just kind of makes sense, right? We had the showers yesterday. There were some more that came through overnight. In some areas like Arvin, Taft, Maricopa, Buttonwillow, it was measurable. For many places like McFarland, Bakersfield, it was a trace yesterday, a trace after midnight. So just showing that something moved through, and it looked more impressive on the radar over the desert the last couple hours. But then here are the clouds, again, acting like a blanket, trapping a little bit of yesterday's daytime heat. So we were at 50 when we were coming into work this morning. It's now 45. It's jagged weather, but typically we're in the low 40s at this hour. So to be at mid 40s is kind of nice out there. It's cold in the mountains though. 28 in Fraser Park, 39 in Tehachapi, 40s in the Kern River Valley. Now there goes yesterday's system pushing into Phoenix already and continuing to get out of the area. Another system is sweeping over the Pacific Northwest. This far south, not really a good chance of showers. So go from 45 to 60, passing clouds, breezy conditions, moderate air quality, 10% chance of rain. I have a better chance of rain coming up in your futurecast in a few minutes. As for your roadways though, thankfully everything is wide open at this hour.
This morning we are learning more about complaints filed against Memorial Hospital after two families claim their loved ones died in the hospital's care.
23 ABC's Alex Bell takes a look at the allegations.
On January 9th, the family of Sabrina De La Rosa says the mother of three died after being admitted to Bakersfield Memorial Hospital for labor pains. The family claims De La Rosa was given too much of the opioid drug fentanyl, a routinely administered pain reliever used in hospitals.
Her mother, Monica, had asked the nurse, "What are you giving my daughter?" And then that's when she disclosed the name of the medication, which was fentanyl.
Then a week later, the family of 51-year-old Beant Dhillon Burgess said he went to the hospital for a cold and trouble breathing. According to Dion's family, he was given nearly 24 different types of medication, including fentanyl, and died within hours of going to Memorial Hospital.
I did everything I could to save your son. He said I might have gave him too much pain medicine.
Memorial Hospital President and CEO Ken Keller issued a statement to 23 ABC yesterday saying, in part, while there are routinely multiple complex circumstances involved when providing emergency care, clinical leadership from Bakersfield Memorial Hospital and Dignity Health are deeply concerned about this incident. A full review of the care that Mr. Burgess received is underway, and we will work closely with state and federal regulators. According to the California Department of Public Health website, it shows Bakersfield Memorial Hospital had 144 complaints from 2017 to 2019. During those 3 years, we found that 54 of those complaints were substantiated. Of the 54 substantiated complaints, 26 were substantiated with deficiencies, which the CDPH defines as the complaint was substantiated and the facility violated one or more regulatory requirements. These violations are also called deficiencies. 23 ABC found the three categories with the highest complaints of substantiated deficiencies involving Memorial included 8 complaints having to do with quality of care and treatment, which includes resident safety, and nursing services, in which there were 5 complaints. And lastly, 5 cases of state monitoring. 2 examples listed in the complaints include surgery performed on the wrong body part and retention of a foreign object in a patient. I'm Alex Bell for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
23 ABC contacted Memorial Hospital for comment, but we were referred to a previous statement. We also reached out to the California Medical Board for comment and are awaiting a response. If you would like more information on complaints filed at other local hospitals or how to file a complaint, we have a link on our website, turnto23.com.
A busy day ahead on Capitol Hill as the president's impeachment trial is set to get underway in just about an hour. House managers and the defense team are expected to take up most of the day debating on how the trial will progress. Democrats are also likely to push for more witnesses. Opening statements are expected to be delivered tomorrow. Each side will have 2 days to present their arguments. Back here at home after days of testimony, closing arguments in the Leslie Chance retrial are expected to begin this week. Chance, the former elementary school principal, on trial for the 2013 murder of her husband, Todd Chance. Back in June of 2019, her case ended in a mistrial when the public defender's office declared a conflict of interest in representing her. During the course of the retrial, which began in December, several witnesses and family members have been called to the stand. She is facing a charge of first-degree murder.
Today, the defense is set to begin its case in the second trial of Michaela Bowers, the woman accused of killing the owner of Jay's Place restaurant. Just a note, all the video for this story is from previous court proceedings and stories done on this case in the past. The prosecution rested last Thursday, and the defense is set to start its case today. Bowers is accused of killing Jay's Place chef Ray Ingram in 2017. Back in April, a felony first-degree murder charge was refiled against Bowers by the Kern County District Attorney. Prior to the refiling, the judge declared a mistrial in the case after the jury was deadlocked.
And a jury trial will begin for 43-year-old Beant Dhillon, who's accused of beating and drowning her hours-old grandson. That killing reportedly happened in November of 2017. According to court documents, that's when Dhillon's 15-year-old daughter gave birth at home in the bathroom. And in an effort to reportedly prevent, quote, family shame, Dhillon killed the infant and buried him in their backyard. Dhillon and her husband, Jagsir Singh, were arrested in connection to that killing. However, Singh was later found dead in an apparent suicide. A third person involved in the death, 23-year-old Baksinder Paul Singh man, went on the run and is currently wanted by both police and ICE agents.
Tonight, a community meeting to discuss street racing in Southwest Bakersfield will be held at Independence High School.
23 ABC's Daniela Garrido joining us in studio this morning with why the BPD is hosting this. Daniela?
The Bakersfield Police Department has been cracking down on street racing. This month, they held maximum enforcement periods every weekend, resulting in 26 citations. At tonight's community meeting, they will be discussing what efforts the BPD is making moving forward.
Last week, the Bakersfield Police Department held a virtual forum on its Facebook page to talk about street racing in the city.
Over the last couple of years, we've get almost 5,000 calls per year regarding street racing. So it is a citywide issue.
Over 200 people commented on the Facebook video, many raising concerns for their neighborhood areas.
At the Coles on Gosford, the soccer park out at Ash and Taft Highway, the Fala's discount store at White Lane and Hughes. Those are just a representation of some of the locations that we do enforcement operations at.
In November, a deadly crash involving street racing happened in Councilmember Chris Parlier's ward. A 57-year-old woman was killed after being hit by a driver reportedly going 133 miles per hour.
We had a tragedy that happened within our community, and it really brought this to light as far as, illegal racing, the problems with it. I know that behind the scenes, the police department had been working on this ahead of time.
The BPD wants to make sure this doesn't happen again by reminding the community of the consequences of street racing through their community forums.
Correct me if I'm wrong, both exhibition of speed as well as reckless driving are an automatic 30-day impound. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. There are certain criteria for it, but most of the things which we're talking about are those two sections. Your car is automatically going to be impounded for 30 days, which creates the expense of just your car getting it out, and plus the expense of the fines as well.
An aider and abettor can be guilty under this vehicle code section as well. An aider and abettor is essentially someone who just intentionally means to help or encourage somebody engaged in a speed contest.
And that the enforcement periods are just a small part of their efforts.
Tonight's community forum will happen at Independence High School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and will focus on illegal street racing in the Southwest. The city and the Bakersfield Police Department do plan to hold other community forums in different areas later this year. Live in studio, Daniela Carrito, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
The community of McFarland is invited to give their input on a private prison company that may expand the amount of immigrant detainees in Kern County. The McFarland Planning Commission will be meeting today to hear public comment on proposed changes to permits. Geo Group, which runs the Mesa Verde Ice Processing Center in Bakersfield, has requested amending the permits for its Golden State and Central Valley facilities to be repurposed to house federal inmates and detainees. A presentation on the proposed changes will be heard at today's meeting. evening. It happens at 6 p.m. at the City Council chambers of the McFarland Veterans Community Center located on West Sherwood Avenue.
Prince Harry has arrived in Canada to reunite with Meghan and baby Archie after the couple finalized the terms of their split from the official British royal family duties. Take a look. This video shows Harry walking off a plane early this morning on Vancouver Island, where the family spent time over Christmas. Meghan lived in the country for 7 years, and the couple says they have a strong connection to Canada. The Sussexes are set to embark on a proposed new life in the country, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said last week that discussions are ongoing and over who will pay the cost of their security detail. It'll be interesting to see what they do out there.